Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about pruning. You know, that stretching experience when we sometimes go through some shifts and changes in our lives isn't so much fun. I just want to encourage you. You know, when we're being pruned and stretched in our lives, it's usually before a launch. You know, think about pruning a natural tree. We prune something because we have an expectation that the following season they're going to be incredibly fruitful. So we want to prepare the plant for this incredible fruitfulness. So we have to remove things that keep its focus. So like if a branch has got like 10 branches and so it's focused in producing fruit from 10 branches, the fruit's not going to be as good. So we remove the branches so that the focus has only got like a few branches, because we know it's going to be very fruitful and powerful if it can just remain focused. And oftentimes the pruning in our lives is just to refocus us. And when I speak about pruning, I'm not talking about death and sickness and destruction, because those things are all demonic. I'm talking about a stretching and a shifting when God kind of shifts our life around, brings some change. You know, that's stretching. The encouraging thing is we're like a branch, and so we're remaining in the vine through that process. And so we're fine and we're healthy and we're good. You know, it may feel a little strange. We may feel a little naked because we've just lost this branch, this piece of our life that we were so used to, and God's kind of stretched us to have that removed, and so we may feel a little awkward, but we always are connected to the vine, and we have amazing health because we have what is in the vine is ours, right? We have the same fluid running through us that runs through the vine. You know, when Jesus talks about pruning, the very next word he says is, ask whatever you want and I'll give it to you. Because the reality is that when we're abiding in him, when we're in him, we actually have access to the full vine. We have access to all the sap. We have access to all the nutrients, all the goodness. You know, the Father, what is his is ours. You know, what is Jesus's, what belongs to Jesus, his authority and everything that he has is ours. And so we can ask him for anything when we're in the vine, and he will give it to us. And so he's such a generous, good Father. So even in the process of being pruned, we can ask him for anything. And I just want to encourage you, you know, I went through like a 3-year pruning. That was a real stretching in my life, because things that I was used to just changed and shifted. And at the time, I didn't quite understand it. I knew that I was in him, and that was such an amazing thing, even through the changes. And really what I didn't understand is that God was really getting me ready to launch me, and he was refocusing my life. And so I just encourage you, you know, if you're going through that pruning process, just rest in your Father. He knows what he is doing. Ask him anything you want to ask him, and he will give it to you, because when you're in him, you're in the vine. Your desires are his desires. Your will is his will. His will is your will, right? You know, when we're not in the vine, then we're oftentimes we have opposite desires and wills to what the Father has. But when we're in the vine, we have the same will as the Father. You know, his will is always good, loving, merciful, kind. His will is never sickness, destruction, death, all that stuff. So we just have to know who we are, and we can ask whatever we will, even when we're in that season. We have full access to the vine. Be encouraged. God has you where he wants you to be, and it might be that you're being prepared to be launched, and that is what you're going through right now. So trust him in it. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.